Hi guys, and welcome back. It's the Bristol Prepper channel here. Today we're going to have a look at home defence and looking after your property and your family within an SHTF situation. But first, before we do that, I just want to give a quick shout out to Pajama Prepper over there on the other side of the pond. If you guys don't know Pajama Prepper, he's a great prepper. He's got some amazing videos. I think he's quite an underrated prepper. He has a lot more subs for what he's doing. He's very good. So I'll leave his stuff in the comments below, in the description. I'll leave his link beneath. So go check him out and subscribe, because he's got some great videos and he's a real nice guy. Yeah, and also if you're interested in a bigger prepper, he's got like around 5,000 subs. If you check out Van Prepper, he's a very good prepper as well. Another good prepper, and he's great. He gave me a lot of tips and that when I first started off in the channel. Obviously, I've only just started, I've only got a few subs, but he gave me a lot of great tips and that. So go check him out. It's called Van Prepper. I'll leave him beneath as well. So let's get started. Today we're looking at, like I said, home defence in an SHTF situation, and looking after your family in an SHTF situation. So first we're going to talk about is your home and your bug-in location and how to secure it. So at the moment, whether you live in an apartment or a house, everything's going to be individual to you. If you live in a massive manor house out in the sticks, or a big farm out in the countryside, it's going to be different to somebody that obviously lives in an apartment, in an apartment block or whatever. So you've always got to adapt whatever I've given you. It's ideas, and do you know what I mean? You've got to adapt it for yourself. So first of all, it's obviously we're going to talk about building your home secure. So making it solid. And the most important thing is that you could build, obviously, you could cover the windows up with steel plates and make everything solid, but the only trouble is you've only got one way out the front door. You always need an escape route. And knowing if shit does hit the fan real big and you've got people smashing your door down and you know people are coming, so just say you're in your house and you're looking out the window and you see people coming down the streets and they're raiding houses, and you know you're going to be quite soon, your house is going to be next, you want to have an escape plan which is not through the front door. So if you've got a back door, that's great, leave it off, not open, but obviously unlock it and go out the back door. But you don't want to, what I'm saying is you don't want to cover up your options, so you don't want to board up your back door, like nail it all up and put boards on it, and then the next thing you know, you've got somebody bashing at your front door and you're fucked, you can't get out. And obviously you've nailed your lid on your own coffin there. So the most important thing is knowing your exits, you know what I mean, so where you can get out and all that, and making an escape plan, whether you know you're going to do it from a window with a rope coming down or anything like that. You've got to make your own, but that's a good shout, like making a rope or jumping onto maybe a garage roof from a higher bedroom window or something. This is a great great idea to keep in mind. Just obviously adapt things, look at your property and adapt, so think about what can I do. A good thing to do is imagine if you were stand outside your property and imagine that you were or are the offender or attacker of the property, and how would you get in and how would you go at it like that, and then that way you can see any loopholes or anything wrong with it. I do apologise for the noise if you can't hear anything. That is me child, my little one on the floor, she's making some noises. So if you do hear anything, I do apologise for that. Second thing we're going to talk about is once you have made your home secure and you're in an SHTF, do apologise, in an SHTF situation, you want to, and it's all secure and that, you've got your way out and you've got your exits. Next thing you're going to talk about is going on runs. So if you're into the SHTF, you're using, say you've got a month's supply of food, you're 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, so you're coming near the end of your food supply and your water supply. So you're going to start thinking about going on runs and you look for supplies or whatever you're going to do. So then you want to think of ways. So obviously, just say for my instance, obviously I'm the only bloke in my family, the only man. I haven't got no younger sons or anything, so I'm the only man, so I need to, when I leave my property to go on runs or anything like that, I need to make sure that when I leave, my family will be safe with me not there. So, and I think the best way you can do this is being invisible, being camouflage. And I'm not chatting about chucking fucking camouflage, camo bags or whatever all over your house. just looking like you want to blend in. So if the rest of the houses in the street they're all ransacked and like obviously been broken windows and they're just like obviously been raided and that, you want to make your house look the same. So then you're invisible. So anybody comes past and you don't want people, if they go down the street, you got looters or anything going down the street and they're looking for a house to hit, and they got all these houses with that have been looted, and they look and then you go down to your bit of the street, come to your house, and you got fucking lights on. You know what I mean? Got lights on or candles, and people they can see. It makes it obvious that there's something's going on there. So obviously they're going to hit your house. So the best thing to do is if you're going on runs or whatever, or you're all going out somewhere, you also want to make sure your house looks invisible to keep your preps and your family safe. Well, like I said, you can obviously turn all the lights out, blacken out windows, I don't know. You can come up with some ideas, but it's just the best way, I think, is to stay invisible. Let's see what we're looking at next. We're looking at, oh yeah, we'll look at just some weapons I brought to the table. Not weapons, like these are obviously tools, but they obviously can be used in an SHTF situation as weapons. These are just a couple of my axes. Obviously my trail boss, and then this one was just given to me. It's not a specific make, I don't think. It was just given to me, and it's just a handy axe to have. It's taken a nice edge and that, and it's just a nice size. It's nice to just have this one there. Well, yeah, this is a different option from the firearms situation. So obviously you can get firearms in the UK, but they're a massive pain in the ass and a massive bastard, and more than it's worth. So we're looking at different options. So if you do live in America but you live in New York, or I don't know, in some sort of state where they don't allow firearms, or is it just a massive bastard to get them, really. This is a different option you can look at. So you can still keep your family safe, but with these you don't have to have firearms. So I've got a Bowie knife here. So this is a nice sized Bowie knife. So this is great, obviously, for close combat, and especially in the UK. I think in the UK this is what it's going to be. In the UK we don't have readily available firearms. There is some people with them, but it's going to be limited, and there's not going to be many people with them. So this is what it's going to be. It's always going to be close quarters combat, up close and personal. You're not going to be able to shoot somebody at 200 yards, 100 yards, and that'll be it. It's going to be close quarters, up and personal. So it's good to have these sort of these items to so I'm ready for that. And having enough. So obviously, if I've got one, then my partner can have one. This is another. This is a set of Bowie knives. This time, this one does need a bit of cleaning up, but this is a set of Bowie knives. So even if I leave or have to leave, then even if I have to leave, then I've got enough equipment so my family and my partner can protect themselves if shit does hit the fan and somebody gets through the door or anything like that. They've got something they can use. And like I said, I obviously got a spare axe, and this is my partner's knife, so lock knife. So there is stuff about, and I keep all my tools, and I keep something in every room, just because obviously if you're caught on the back foot, for instance, you've always got something. So it's nice to have that. Yeah, so these are just some ideas. So obviously the axe is great. It's quite heavy though. So somebody who's of a smaller man, or obviously a woman, might not be able to wield this all the time. You can for a little while, but my partner, when we did the, what video was it? The Out in the Woods Trail Boss. We did in the woods a Trail Boss review test. You can check it out on my channel. But yeah, we did that, and my partner did have a go on it, and used it a little bit, and she did find that after a small amount of time, it was quite heavy, and she did get tired and couldn't wield it for a long time. So maybe an axe is not the right option for, say, a woman or somebody of a smaller stature, I should say. But they are a great option though for a man if somebody's coming in and you're swinging an axe around. You're not to be fucked with, are you? But yeah, so like I said, the knives are great options for the smaller people on that. And obviously it's nice to have an additional. So if I'm using the axe, I'm also going to have on my belt a knife as well. And obviously, and also keep a lock knife as well. It's nice just to have the options. So next thing we'll move on to is the last thing we'll move on to is defending your home and the surrounding area. So you could have a well defended home, but to have the extra bits of security, it's nice to defend your surrounding area as well. So I'm not saying it's being go on the streets and patrol. I'm saying to put I don't know, traps or some sort of locking system. So if you live in your house, on your side gate, you can if you have a side gate that maybe or an alleyway in your back garden, you might want to put some extra locks or some wire on the top of the fence, just some extra security for around your home, including off your front garden, back garden, and maybe some surrounding area. If you live in a tower block, an apartment block, you might want to, in the corridors, you might want to put bolts and that, and some extra screw-ons and bolts. So if you're keeping your house, some screwdrivers, some screws, and some bolts, black bolts, you can get them from any hardware store. They're super cheap, but they're big and bulky, and they will deter somebody from coming in, because they are a bastard to get through. And you can screw those on, and then you've got some extra security, which is not your front door and which is away from it, and it just deters people, because if people are trying to get in and it's a fucking nightmare, they're going to end up just thinking, fuck that, just fucking leave it in, let's go. So that's just the last thing, just defending your surrounding area, maybe set some traps and stuff, like I said. Yeah, so if anybody does have any questions they want to ask me, obviously drop in some comments below and that, and subscribe as always, share, and all guys, stay prepared, and I'll see you guys another day, another way.